Moneytopia Investing, written by Dr. Sanchin Peer, illustrated by Jelena Stupar. Welcome to Moneytopia, where money is called topians. Here everyone learns all about money from a very young age. That's because understanding how money works is so important. Chuck and his friends were on their way home from a party at school. They had saved their money to pay for the party. That was so fun. Saving was hard, but it was worth it. I wonder what else we could save for. I really want a big bounce house, Zoe said. I want a video game console, Chuck said. I'd love to have my own laptop, Lexi said excitedly. I wonder how much a big bounce house cost, Zoe said. She looked it up and gasped. 700 topians! Zoe scribbled some numbers on a piece of paper. Let's see. At 5 topians a week, it will take me 3 years to buy a bounce house. But that's forever. Chuck and Lexi quickly did their own searches. You're right, Lexi said. By the time we save enough to buy what we want, we'll be too old to enjoy it. What's the point of saving if we'll never get what we want, Chuck said. Miss Kitty, Lexi asked the next day, can you help us? We wanted to save money to buy what we really want, but it seems impossible. Miss Kitty smiled. Nothing is impossible, she said. You just need a plan. Saving is a good start for building wealth, but if you want your money to grow faster, you need to invest it. What's investing? Investing means putting your money somewhere that will let it turn into more money, Miss Kitty explained, like into an asset. Assets come in lots of forms, Miss Kitty continued. You could buy real estate like land or buildings. When you do that, you can earn even more money by renting the property or selling it to someone else. I want to do that. You could also invest in stocks. Buying a stock means you are buying a part or a share of a company. When the company does well, you earn money, but stocks are risky. If the company does not do well, you can lose money, Miss Kitty said. What else? Asked Lexi. You could invest in bonds. That means you loan your money to the government or to a company for a set amount of time. They invest that money and pay you a fee for letting them use it, Miss Kitty said. Zoe, Chuck, and Lexi listened intently. What's the best type of asset to invest in? Lexi asked. No one type is better than the others, Miss Kitty said. Investing is personal. It depends on your goals and how fast you want to make money. Miss Kitty drew 2 curves on the board. Interest is money you earn from investing your money, she explained. Investing can grow your money faster than saving alone because of compound interest. That means you earn interest on both the money you've saved and the interest you've earned. Over time, compound interest leads to faster growth. Miss Kitty smiled. Do you want to know what the best investment is? Yes, Chuck, Zoe, and Lexi answered excitedly. It's investing in yourselves, Miss Kitty said, because the more you learn, the more you can earn with a better job, and the more you learn about investing, the better you will be at making your money grow faster. Chuck, Lexi, and Zoe were excited to invest. How do we get started? They asked. Well, normally your parents would open a custodial account for you, Miss Kitty said, but for now, you could try using a stock market simulator app. The app gives you lots of different investment options. Why don't you each simulate investing 10 topians per week. At the end of 10 weeks, we could see whose investment has grown the most. I'll give the winner a prize. Zoe, Chuck, and Lexi began researching their investment choices. Remember, Miss Kitty said, investment is risky. Diversification helps reduce that risk. What is diversification? Diversification means investing in different assets. That way, even if one asset loses money, you have another that might make money, Miss Kitty explained. This fund has 500 stocks in it, Zoe said, pointing to a fund in the app. Is that a good choice for diversification? It is, Miss Kitty said. That fund includes the 500 largest companies in Moneytopia. Even if some of the stocks in it go down, others should go up. It offers a balance. I really like buildings, Chuck said, and this investment has a lot of buildings and land in it. That's called a REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust, Miss Kitty said. It is a share of the company owns those buildings and lands. It's the owning a part of those properties. You make money when they rent or sell the buildings. Lexi stared at the app. These investments all have different rate of return. Is that how fast our money will grow? Exactly, Miss Kitty said. A return is the change in price of an asset. A positive return means they made money, and a negative return means they lost money. When it is expressed in percentage, it's called a rate of return. For the next few weeks, Zoe invested in a diversified fund she'd picked. Chuck invested in the REIT he'd picked. Lexi read through all the financial reports she could find. She wanted to pick the stocks with the highest potential returns. At the end of the 5th week, she finally invested her money. How come we all get the same return? Lexi asked, confused. My investment has the highest rate of return. Miss Kitty smiled. Although your investment has a great rate of return, Zoe and Chuck invested for a longer time. The key to investing is time in the market. As a result, all three of you have the same return. You all did an excellent job. Did we all win? Zoe, Chuck, and Lexi asked excitedly. Yes, my smart little investors. Miss Kitty put badges on 3 of them proudly. Zoe, Chuck, and Lexi grinned, dreaming about the day they could really afford their bounce house, video game, and laptop. Rule of 72. What? How much time to double your money? Formula: just divide 72 by the interest rate. 72 over the percent rate of return equals years to double. Example: 72 over 6 equals 12 years. Fun fact: how many times does one topian have to double to become 1,000 topians? Answer: 10 times.